Hey, everybody. Hello. Welcome back once again. I'm Nicodemus Kane, and it is Saturday. This son of a bitch. It is August the 8th. It is an 8/8/2020. I find this interesting. Okay, so for anyone that knows how the 88s are kind of associated with Donald Trump and the whole time travel thing in the '88 with the Back to the Future DeLorean, and the '88 is like the time causality. It's infinity and double infinity. It's like parallel universes, time travel, the whole thing. You'd have to go look into it. But I kept thinking we should be looking out for 8/8 2020 because of everything else that's been happening this year. And I didn't even think about it. That's today. That's funny. That's humorous. What are you popping up for? Go away. Got a pop up coming up. This is going to be kind of short. This is I don't really have anything. I really don't have anything to talk about. I kind of had some things. Yeah, my bedroom is still a mess. I'm gonna try to get it cleaned up today. I got some stuff to do around the house, but I really don't have much. I had some stuff at the beginning of the week, but I didn't write it down, and it kind of fell through. And I had a really bad couple days with work, so I wasn't really thinking about much anything. Especially yesterday. I put music on all day yesterday. Just because I was just so done. I was so over it. So yeah, not much. I mean, there's the explosion in Beirut. I'll talk about that. I got another pop up, man. Go away. I think it's ridiculous how you can buy a product for a computer. My beard looks terrible. I just woke up, man. I seriously just woke up and came downstairs. How you can buy a product on a computer and they will literally sell it to you as a service for the rest of your life. And with the pop-ups, it's like the worst thing ever. I keep getting these pop-ups about, oh, buy our new version, buy this, buy that. And as many times as I say, don't ever show this again, they keep popping it right back up. Anyways, you've got the big explosion that happened in Beirut that does not look like an explosion. I've never seen an explosion look like that before. They say it was a fireworks factory, and there's a couple angles that I've seen that where it it looks like a fireworks factory. You've kind of got the pops and stuff that are going on inside of it that are kind of look like fireworks because fireworks factory explosions, they just look like a big fireworks show. This one kind of didn't, but there were little sparks and stuff here and there, but nothing huge. But then the actual explosion was monstrous, and you could see the vapor wave that came out of it, where the shock wave was moving vapor out of the air. Because it was right on water, there was more vapor there. There was more, moisture in the atmosphere, so you got a bigger pop. And a lot of people are saying it was a missile, and a lot of people are saying it was directed energy weapon, and a lot of people are saying, this and that, and I don't know what to say. It was definitely an explosion of some kind. Um, I'm not gonna speculate right now. I mean, I could have my own opinions. It is what it is. But that happened. People are calling it Beirut's version of 9/11. What? How many people died in that? Was it like 10? I heard anywhere from 10 to 60. I haven't really heard about it since, because I just like I said, I've kind of stayed out of the news. But it was weird that it happened in kind of like a warehouse district. Whatever that big building was that was beside it that blew up, man, that thing vaporized. That's why I'm wondering if those were like grain towers or something. I don't know, whatever that building was, man. It just flat out vaporized. It just turned into dust. It was just very strange. But yeah, it happened in a warehouse district, and it's just like total destruction for being an explosion like that. I don't know. I don't know. Some people are saying small nukes. Some people are saying mother of bombs. Moabs, and I'm like, no, I don't. I don't know. I don't know. It's. I think that's why I've been keeping out of it, because it's just there's too much speculation going on. All I know is something big exploded, and we've got a lot of different camera angles of it, and it looks weird on one side and it looks normal on the other side, and I don't know. I'm not speculating. Um. Oh, the video I made last week about the Jimi Hendrix, Morgan Freeman. Some people got it. Some people understood what I was saying there. Some people actually, more people didn't get it than did get it. Um, I had more people that were. I had more people that were telling me that no, it's not real. Jimi Hendrix is not, or Morgan Freeman is not Jimi Hendrix. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, but you missed the point. The point was never about that. That was purely my opinion on that, either way, shape, or form. That was not the crux of that video. And actually, since that video, I've had a lot of people. So I'm very sorry about this. I've had a lot of people, or not a lot of people. I've seen a lot of places where they've been talking about what is pure truth. Um, what do you know? What do you know compared to what the facts say? What can you know? How much of it can you know? And that's kind of the message I was getting across: is what do we know? What can we know? What is and isn't real? What is real? That was kind of the point I was getting across: is what the fact that that picture exists, and I probably said that several times. The fact that that picture exists, and you have two people that look exactly the same, and there was a couple of people that said they don't look anything alike. Yeah, you need to look at those pictures a little bit closer. You need to really take a look at those pictures. I mean, you can go outside and look at Morgan Freeman acting, and go look at Jimi Hendrix playing guitar, and you're going to say, well, they look nothing alike, and they don't look anything alike. you know, until you really, really put them together, and then it's like even the one picture I saw of Morgan Freeman was really younger, on the Electric Company, and you put that picture side by side with an older Jimi Hendrix, and it's like, and they really looked alike. But that wasn't the point. The point of it was what do we know? What do we really know? How can you really know what we know? And like I said, some people got it, some people didn't. Um, there was one person that was on the fence, and I said, go look deeper, go look at it again. I said, this isn't just about you know the fact that two people look alike. It's a little bit more involved there. And I probably could have worded it better. I probably could have put it together a little bit better, but I didn't. Um, like I said, it was really off the cuff. It's like right now, it's off the cuff. I really have nothing to talk about. Uh, but it was one of those things. So now I'm hearing that apparently Trump said something about you will never, you won't see me again for a while. I'm gonna pull this up. You can see my face light up if it'll pull up. My Google has been kind of a jerk lately. Uh, I don't type fast. No, what was? I'm looking this up. Trump exclaiming it might be the last time Americans see him lights up social media. I have a lot of enemies out there. This may be the last time you'll see me for a while. I don't understand. Trump went on to share how he has a lot of very rich, very rich enemies who are not happy with his current plans. But I figure we have one chance to do it, and no other president is going to do what I do. No other president would do a favored nation's a rebate, a buy from other nations at much less cost. Nobody. There are a lot of unhappy people, and they're very rich people, and they're very unhappy. Okay, and of course, this is probably like one of those. That's pop culture. I don't even know what this is. It's just the first thing that popped up. Why did I just see an advertisement for Mike Tyson versus a shark? we went we went through a whole thing last night about Mike Tyson possibly being a woman. It's like what's the strangest thing you've heard today? And Angie said something. It wasn't even that strange at all. And I was like, she asked me, "What's the strangest thing you heard?" I said, "Oh, that Mike Tyson might be a woman." So it is what it is. He may very well be a woman. I don't know. I can't. I'm not even going to get into that. That's so far out there in left field that I can't right now. I just it and I spent probably a good hour after I heard that just fishing through pictures of Tyson, and I'm like, hell, very well he could be a woman. I don't know, but I'm not doing it. I'm not going there. I'm not doing it. Um, and it started with a tweet on. It started on Twitter. This one, I can't remember who it was, but one of the people I follow, she was saying that you know she could she could tell guys that are masturbating to a photo of a woman that woman has a dick, and they're like, "Oh, we don't care." Then she says, "Well, Mike Tyson is a woman," and everybody's like, "Fuck you, get out of here." And I kind of stopped and I was like, "Really? Is that what they're saying? Tyson's a woman?" So I went and looked at the pictures, and the first thing I look for whenever I look for stuff like that is the clavicle, because the clavicle bone, mine goes straight across. I know you can't see it because of my beard. Oh, lost my light. There we go. Mine goes straight across right here. I can feel it. So mine it's right across. It comes to this point. It comes over here. I can feel it. I bet you I probably haven't felt my clavicle in forever and a day because out of sight, out of mind. Um, but his comes down to a V, and that's the one thing I look for anymore. It's the first thing I look for. After that, you got to look at other stuff. But his comes down to a V, and I was like, oh shit, that might be a woman. It was completely ridiculous. And then of course they were getting into the Q angles, which is the angle from the I think it's from the center of the hip bone down to the knee. On a man, the angle it's like here's the man's leg bone, then here's the angle. But then like a woman's is like curved out this way. It's like their hips are wider from their hip to their knee. But it's like their hips are wider, something like that. And I can't really see his hip. I can't really see it. What happened? Something happened. I skipped some frames. Oh, that's no bueno. 2 minutes and 2 minutes, 2 minutes ago. Over the last 2 minutes, 2 minutes ago. Oh, OBS, man. I don't know. But apparently, yeah. And it says it just skipped again. Oh, my computer's probably not doing too well today. My computer's been being a jerk. I keep getting these warnings about the memory cache that is still doing its thing. I had to figure out what's going on with it. It was a bad computer when I bought it, so what do you want, all right? But yeah, the woman was saying just the Q angle alone, and I can't really see his Q angle. What I can see is clavicle. I can see that his shoulders, his shoulder bone tips are way too close in to be a dude. Um, because men's shoulders are broader than women's, and his are just too close. Um, what else was there? That his Adonis belts, even though he does have one, it's not defined like a man's Adonis belt, and his hip bone flares come up over his belly button like a woman, because the hip bones flares come up over their belly button. The on a man, the hip bone flares come up under the belly button, and his come over his belly button. Not only that, but his hip bones flare down into a very distinctive V cut underneath his belly button. So I was like, wow. I don't know. This is not that kind of channel, and I don't normally talk about this kind of stuff. I just, as I've gone on and started looking into, who can and can't be a woman, or a man, it's just things I've seen, and that was something that sparked up yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying that's what happened. We're just talking here, man. We're just talking. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything, and I'm not gonna get into it. I may get into it later on down the line, but I'm not gonna get into it now. What else? I was gonna say something about the Trump thing. About yeah, because the I saw that advertisement about Tyson and the shark. Why? But no, the Trump thing. He goes off and he says, you might not see me again for a while, and it's 8/8, 2020. Come on, guys. Is it just a little bit weird? 8/8, 2020. What do you do? Go back in time? This is what he's doing. Is he going back, changing time? So for all you Mandela effect people, keep an eye out. If something changes within the next couple days, then maybe I can't. I've already said that I will not be surprised at this point. Anything that happens whatsoever, I will not be surprised at this point, because the whole world is just flipped topsy turvy. It's just absolutely insane. This is absolutely nuts. And I could sit here and we could talk about the COVID. We could talk about all kinds of other stuff. We could talk about the mask insanity. We could talk about. I'm not going to. I've already done enough of that. I've already done enough talking about that. And what else can I say? Mandatory. Everything's are coming. They're locking down even further. Uh, I cannot possibly fathom why people cannot see when they say, we need you to go lock yourselves down. We have to mandatorily test you, and we have to, put up these roadblocks and stuff. I can't understand why people just can't see how what's the word? Dictatorial? No, not dictatorial. How much of a tyranny it's become. How much like a dictatorship it's become. I just cannot understand. I mean, I can understand people want to be told what to do, and you know, uh, it boggles my mind. Just put it that way. It boggles my mind. Uh, I didn't have anything else this week. I didn't write anything down. I didn't do anything. Like I said, it's been a hard week. We had a couple big projects come in, and new projects, and I screwed a project up, and I spent most of all day yesterday trying to fix it. About 6 hours trying to fix what I did the 8 hours the day before. It was terrible. I did not like it at all. So it's like I just it's been one of those weeks where I just said, look, I need to separate myself from everything, and then I can come back to it, if there's anything to come back to. I don't know. I just wanted, I just wanted to get on and say that, nothing's going on. Um, I definitely wanted to tell everyone that if you even remotely think like I do, if you can see, if you can see the cracks in the world, if you can see the lies, if you understand that, it's all just it's all made up and it's all fake nonsense, and that they've been planning everything for a long time, and it's coming down on top of you harder and harder and harder. Uh, if you can see it, and if you feel like you're so isolated, you are definitely not alone. You are not alone. Um, there's a lot of people that are out there. We may be isolated from each other geographically. You may not know anybody in your town, but there's probably somebody else in your town. I have at least one other person. Was a guy I worked with. He's not on the same level I am, but he knows enough that he's questioning things, and he actually lives pretty close. I just found that out a couple of days ago. Well, last Sunday actually, is that he only lives a couple blocks away. I can hear Angie getting up. So she might come up. You might see her pop up in the screen. Excuse me. But you're not alone. And you could probably find the people around you. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop trying to wake people up. I think that was something else that came up too. Was somebody had said, somebody I read on Twitter had said, I give up on trying to wake people up. It's just, I'll let them fend for themselves. And I kind of stopped and said, that's up to you. If you want to stop because you can't wake anybody up, that's fine. That's up to you. But I said, what if the person or the whatever it was that woke you up, and I'm going to say the person that helped push you to that point, if you had to watch a video or if you had to, do some kind of research or something and somebody was talking to you about it or something, what if that person, right before they talked to you, had stopped and said, I'm giving up. I can't do it anymore. I'm giving up. I'm just let these people fend for themselves. What if that person had stopped and you never would have gotten that bit of truth? Now I know some people have come to it on their own, and I know the whole thing, but I mean, what if that person had just given up and just walked away from it? You wouldn't have had that truth. And there's a lot of people, a lot of places that are the same way. If the person had just stopped, you wouldn't have that. So no matter what you do, you always have to spread the truth. Now more than ever. now it's almost imperative that you try to push that information out as hard as possible. I've even said that if you have to, you go out into the streets and just yell it from the streets. That's kind of a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, and I'm not saying that anybody should do that. Some people do. Some people will take it out like that. And, if that's your calling, that's your calling. If it's your calling to sit in your basement man cave on a, crappy laptop with a crappy headset, that you used to do video game commentaries, if it's your calling to do it like this and spread that message out, then do it. That's just whatever your way is, find it. You know, find it and put that stuff out there because somebody's going to need it. Somebody somewhere is going to need you to say something very specific in order to get their mind. That's why whenever I started this whole thing, I was talking about giants and I was talking about the giant trees and I was talking about all that other stuff. It's not coming to mind right now, but that was what got me started on the path to where I am is that. And so if I hadn't had that, how would other people not have that, right? So I said if that's what woke me up, then that's got to be something that's going to help somebody else wake up. I mean, just randomly, if somebody randomly or puts in giants or giant trees or Nephilim or whatever, they're going to see a lot of other people talking about this stuff. I've already said that. There's a lot of other people do it a lot better than I do. But if somebody puts it in there and sees those videos, and if they see mine, and if they just get that little tiny bit of information that I can give in any better logical way that the other guys don't cover, then and it helps them out, then I've done what I could do. And that's all I do. I just sit here and I try to talk from the cuff. I don't have any scripts. I actually tried scripting once and it failed terribly. So I don't, I will write notes and I will read off the notes, and there's some notes that I will put in and there's some notes that I will get rid of, and I will actually read from the books sometimes. I used to read from the books. I don't read from the books anymore because I don't read the books anymore. Because I'm at home now, and I don't read the books at home. On lunch, I'm trying not to think about what the hell I'm doing. But it's don't ever give up. Yeah. Don't ever give up that. Sorry. Don't ever give up on trying to wake people up. Don't ever give up on trying to get that information out. Whatever you got to do to wake people up at this point, because they showed their hands. 2020 perfect vision. Boy, they showed their hand. They really did. They showed us what they're going to do, and there are just too many people that they're just letting it happen, and it's sad, and it's. I think the biggest problem with it is that it's just sad that people just don't want to see the truth. They don't want to be involved with it. They just want to go on with what's going on, and they think things real. And I've heard so many people arguing about all of this being real, and I'm like, have you even stopped to listen, to look at what's going on? And they're just parroting. They're just absolutely parroting what people are saying. And I'm like, consider an alternate view, because I've considered both views, and I've changed my opinion accordingly. I considered that there might be some deadly disease, some deadly virus that's running across the world that's killing everyone. It's very possible. But at the same time, it's not doing what they said it was supposed to do. They said there's supposed to be like 2 million people dead. Actually, one of the very first things that I heard was 10 million people in 1 year. This thing's going to kill everybody. And it's like, but nobody's dying around me. Nobody's sick. What am I supposed to do here? And then it's like, well, okay, maybe it's just not as bad as they thought it was, but maybe, these safety measures are working. But then you hear about the other stuff. They're saying, well, we're inflating the numbers. We're counting every death as a COVID death, and this and that. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. That's not right, because you're scaring people with the numbers, and you're telling us you're lying to the numbers. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say, well, maybe they're doing that because this and this, and it's better to have the numbers like that so that we can protect people more. Okay, fine, but why did you shut everything down? Well, we had to keep people out of shops so that they don't spread it. Yeah, but why are you funneling everybody into Walmart? Walmart's sick and disgusting as it is. It just seems like you're making it worse. You know? I mean, what kind of protection is Walmart going to give us that, Joe Schmo grocery store on the corner is going to give us, What kind of protection is Walmart going to give us that barbershop is not going to give us? What kind of protection is Walmart going to give us that a church isn't giving us? You see what I mean? It's just it you can look at it rationally from both ways, and that's what I've done. I said, okay, here's what they say. Let's see if what they say matches up, and here's what the truth community says. And you have to weigh these in balance. You have to take both sides of the story. And there's some people, they just don't want to accept both sides of the story. They want to hear exactly what somebody has said about what's going on. They just want to say, oh well, the people at the top, they know what they're talking about. They're doing this. And I'm like, but have you considered this option? Have you even remotely considered this option? Have you remotely considered that you're about ready to have a sneeze? But have you even remotely considered this option? Have you stopped to really think about what they're telling you? And it's like critical thinking skills just completely and totally flown out the window. It's absolutely absurd. And, I don't. It's nuts. And I know that's part of the reason why people say, well, just let them fend for themselves. I'm not going to try to wake anybody up anymore, yada, yada. And I get that. I absolutely get that. But maybe they just need that little piece of information. Maybe that they need that little 12-minute video clip where I put all the videos of them saying, this is why we're doing the numbers this way, and this is why. I mean, maybe they need that. I don't know. I'm not telling you to go view that a million times. I'm just saying maybe they just need to hear it direct from the source. Because some people may not be hearing it direct from the source. You don't know. I don't know. It's a very tricky, slippery slope we're on. And I can tell you this much right now. Unless some huge random miracle happens, which may or may not happen. I don't know. I just, something may click for people. But unless some random huge miracle happens, you do realize that we're kind of done here. I mean, it's they've shown their hand. They've shown us what they can do and they're going to do. And unless we fight back, I mean, really fight back, and really try to wake people up, where are we going? I don't trust that there's going to be some human savior that's going to come save us. I really don't. I trust that the Father knows where we're going, and when He tells us to move, we should probably move. I even said that this week too, as somebody was saying, have you thought about just selling everything you own and just buying an RV and just going away? And I said, yes. We've already come to the conclusion that when we lose our jobs because we refuse to take a vaccine, when we lose our jobs because we will not kowtow to whatever everybody else is doing, which is coming because my job has already started that. My job now requires an app that you have to take your temperature every day and put it into this app. And this app will tell you whether you're good to come into work or not. And if this app tells you you're not good to come into work, it will lock your badge to where your badge won't work. You can't get into the building. Luckily, I'm working from home, so I don't have to go in, but there are people that do have to go in. And I'm like, that's just, how Orwellian can you get? I mean, seriously. And people are just going along with it. It's like, okay, it's just a thing. But when it comes down to that, And when it comes down to, you know, when they shut you down from everything and when they fire us from work, you know, which it may happen. I mean, even if I'm stuck at the house, they may very well say, "Well, you need to go ahead and take a shot, or you need to do this, or you need to do that." Or, you know, they mandate masks in the homes. Think about that for a second. I don't know if you guys can hear the vacuum cleaner. She's vacuuming. We're having company over today too. But when they mandate masks in the homes, what are you gonna do? Because I mean, they're talking about goggles now, for fuck's sakes. And how are they going to keep? How are they going to make sure that you have masks in your homes? Well, they're going to require cameras in your homes. Wake up! It's there. It's all there from top to bottom, and they seem like they have the authority to be able to do whatever the hell they want to, and there's not many people speaking up against it, and it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. You have to understand that they can do pretty much whatever they want to at this point. They've shown that they can do whatever the hell they want to at this point, and it's, you have to fight it. You have to fight it. You have to wake other people's up, or other people up, other people's too. You have to wake others up to this. You have to let them know this is what they're talking about. They're talking about mandatory shots. They're talking about coming into people's homes and taking people out of their homes. They're talking about making people wear masks in the house. If it's being talked about, then we need to seriously question what's going on. This is way past the point of health concerns. I didn't want to get into a big argument about this, or not an argument, but a big conversation about this, but we've kind of been led here, I guess, right? So don't ever give up. You're definitely not alone, and don't ever stop trying to wake people up, because it's, you know, people need it. There's somebody out there that needs you to tell them, oh, hey, by the way, you know, such and such and such. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna go do other stuff. My light just left again. I know. So you guys take it easy. I pray for everyone. I really do. I pray for everyone. I pray for everyone more than I pray for myself. Um, because some people need the truth, and there's some people that they're just not going to see what's going to happen until it's right on top of them, and they're the ones that are going to get it the worst. And my philosophy on it all has been, you know, we should all be able to live our lives, you know, do what we need to do, and to not have somebody try to rule over us like this. Tell us what to do. Tell us where to go, you know. It's just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. It was there and then it's gone, and I'm trying to pick it back up, but it's gone. You guys take it easy. Like I said, this is a short video. Um, find the truth, spread the truth, know the truth, however you can. in the in the what was it, in the world of lies and deceit, the truth is what was the truth considered I can't remember now. I don't know. You guys take it easy. Love you all. God bless everyone. And I don't know, man. Just keep going. Keep going. Take care.